let me
Let's
make
get
sure
it.
that I get let me do this and this. Okay. Yeah, welcome back to the episode 11 of the Apache podcast. We got some juicy current events as always. We're going to be breaking down on Trump's 50-year mortgage plan. So if you haven't bought a home yet, hey, might might jump on that wagon. Uh, and then we got some work visa discussions, and looks like the government opening might be postponed. We don't know. We don't know what the holdup is. We don't know if the Republican is holding out or the Democrats is holding out. So yeah, man, take it away. Where do you want to start?
Yeah, I mean, let's start with the H-1B visas. What are your thoughts on them historically and currently?
So we discussed this a little bit. Not this specific topic with H1B visa specifically, but we did touch on
And then,
immigration last
yeah, and
episode.
then also Trump mentioning, have you heard Trump's recent thoughts on H-1B visas? That he wants to double the amount given.
Wait, double the amount of visas given, as in like, for example,
To
if there
Chinese
is
citizen. Yeah, he
double
wants to double the. I'm pretty sure he was proposing that he doubles the amount of H-1B visas.
to the Chinese, to my people. She,
Yeah.
hey man, you know what that means. I'm not one to tune my horn, but yeah, we're pretty goated. Anyways,
So, what
so
are your thoughts? Let's hear it. What do you think in general?
my so in relation, because this is very, very important, it is relevant to immigration. I believe that work visas are, in my opinion, and the people who does come to the United States under work visas, es- especially the STEM field, I believe they are the backbone of the US
Mm,
economy. I know this for a fact that they they contribute to 70% of the US economy. Um, and the people who, if you look at even graduates, people who come on a student visa tends to stay and stick around and transition the student work visa to a work visa. We got Ian in the house, but at the same time, I I think work visas is I think we need to be a little bit more careful with how we
hmm
divvy work visas, because I know some are being taken advantage of, and I think there might not be enough
How do you think they're being taken advantage of?
um, taken advantage of, as in the vet, because you can essentially because you just need anyone and you need a company to sponsor you to come to the United States. This is I'm not talking about the current state. I'm talking about, before Trump put 100,000 per work visa application.
Hmm
And this was, I believe, September 20. It went in effect September 21st, if I remember correctly. But before that, you essentially just have any company sponsor you and say, hey, if I want to work for this job, you apply through the website, and the website will apply on behalf of you, from the government side, and they would essentially fill out the, application paperwork, in sponsoring you to come to the United States and work for that specific company. The cost, depending on which organization or which company you represent, I believe it's what, anywhere from like a couple $100 to a few thousand. Some companies do make the individual pay for it. Some companies, front the cost for the work visa. But I think the work visa should be. I might get a lot of hate for this, but understanding what that really means, I think work visa um, should only be given and prioritized for individuals who are in the STEM fields and also who are in the high critical critical fields such as potentially nuclear or uh, doctors, things like that, space exploration, and the alike. But I mean, I can't really justify giving someone a work visa for, I don't know, uh, call service centers. I don't know if that's what work visas are being given, but I do know that some people who don't have the experience might just apply just for the work visa. Um, but that's kind of my take on it.
Yeah, so I just lied about the fucking doubling work visas. I don't know where I heard that from, but it was a lie. I just had to re-look that up. But yeah, sorry about that. No, I mean I hate
Fake
H1B
news.
work visas. I hate, yeah, it's fake news. I hate H1B visas. I don't think it's necessary. I think it allows these companies to give lower salaries to foreign workers that go back to their countries after they've done, or they naturalize their children here and they get dual citizenship in dual in multiple countries.
Hmm.
Another bad byproduct of that. But yeah, I think essentially what they do is allow these companies to get lower income foreign workers, which contribute to the economy by obviously by developing these bigger businesses, but they not only take away from other people's jobs inside of the country. There's plenty of people looking for high skilled jobs in our country. There's no reason to outsource 85,000 jobs a year. This is what they do. 65,000 are available for for bachelor's degrees. They do that, and then they save 25,000 more jobs for
For higher
master's degrees.
advanced, yeah.
Yeah, for the master's cap. So that's just I think it's terrible. I think we need to stop this program and shut down this H1B system,
Completely.
which is, yeah, I think it's, it takes away from our
I
economy
think
and develops these, the main source of knowledge is practical knowledge. How do you get an understanding of a subject? You get practical knowledge. So giving them the job is taking away from that practical knowledge that the citizens in our country could have had instead of them. And I just don't like it. 65,000 jobs is a lot of jobs, and then
I
25,000 to these
mm,
higher instituted jobs is really bad on top of that.
I
So
I want to agree with you. I do. In the grand scheme of things, I want to agree with you. But the problem, the reason why I don't agree with you is I
I think I know what you're going to
I
say.
don't know if all the jobs, all the work visa jobs are giving are at a pay cut essentially, or hire for
Mm-hmm.
cheap. I don't think that's the case. I mean, I know plenty of people who are being paid in the hundreds of thousands,
Mm-hmm.
easily over six figures. And of course, those are a few in a bunch, right? I'm not saying all 85 or 65,000 work visas are, granted, are being paid to an extent of six-figure dollars. But if they are being paid less, sure, I would, I would, I would maybe agree with you. But at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
the visas that are given, and this might be different, but I believe in what's the word? Meritocracy, merit-based, uh,
Meritocracy. Yeah.
meritocracy. Thank you. A merit-based resume, regardless of
Yeah, but that's
ethics.
globalism.
It
I
meritocracy
want
isn't globalism,
nationalism.
though.
Yeah, well, you're saying meritocracy because you want it on a global scale meritocracy. I don't want a global scale meritocracy.
Well,
I
if
want
if
a
if
national
I want to find
meritocracy.
someone who fits the job, period. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
who it is from.
we can find that person in our country, though. We don't
But
have
our
to outsource it
country
to.
doesn't teach that. Our country teaches other things, other priorities. Because if you
We can
look
teach
at,
these things.
well, if you look at, and this
I
is
mean,
why communism and democracy is a little bit different, because
uh
the Chinese, we are good at, we, me, I'm Chinese. The Chinese are good at doing what they're told. period.
Mhm.
They're just a good workers. That's all they are. Right? So if you just want someone to and not, of course I'm not saying that's a revelation of meritocracy by any means, but I'm also saying that, if you want people to for for workers, they are the best of the bunch, India included, where if you were to come to United States, we value other things. We value maybe family. We value other things more than what our career means for us. Because if you look at, I mean, if I was born in China, I am, but if I was born to a Chinese parents and I raised by Chinese parents, my three options are going to be lawyer, doctor, or astronaut. And if I'm not, I'm a disgrace. We obviously heard
There's
that
like
we
500
we've
astronauts.
we've
You might
all
as well check that out.
obviously heard that, that stereotype. Because
Yeah,
that is built
that's a
in.
cultural thing.
It's a cultural thing, but
Yeah,
Americans
there's a
doesn't have
genetic
that
aspect
though.
to it too, as well, but it's definitely a highly cultural thing
It
within the.
is. It is.
Yeah,
And I
I
believe
think.
India similar to that nature. I'm not saying that that's bad, but I'm just saying that the community, that the Chinese communities, the Indian community have that career mentality or built in
Uh,
from a childhood, and that's what they strive for. Where in the United States, we strive more for critical thinking, thinking outside of the box, entrepreneurship, a little bit more different than your one path to
mm.
to success that your parents has planned for you for the last 3 decades.
Yeah, I just kind of reject the fact that we couldn't teach these things. It's like if we can create these things, we
You
can
can teach
teach these
skill
things.
sets. You can't teach mentality though.
We have these people though.
We
I
do.
also
We do.
reject the fact that we don't have these people as well,
Well, you have these
because
people
the
because
majority of
people
our
like
country are is not entrepreneurs. Most people aren't entrepreneurs. The
we're not
vast majority
entrepreneurs,
of
but we
people.
have the entrepreneur mindset. It's a culture
Yeah,
change. It's a mindset
I think
change.
that's I don't I disagree. I think a small minority of people have an entrepreneurial mindset. I don't think most people
True,
build
because
businesses and have
we've
businesses.
taught, well, we also have to look at education. We have to look at the last, what, 80
Yeah,
years?
but
We've
doesn't that
taught
that
high
contradicts what you
school,
said though? If you would say we
college.
taught that,
We've, fair,
do we have an
fair,
entrepreneurial mindset,
fair,
or do we have
fair.
we're not taught these stuff? So it's those are contradicting statements.
We are breaking the cycle of traditional
I
college.
agree that Asians do it better. That's not what I'm
Thank
rejecting.
you.
I'm
That's what
just
I'm asking.
rejecting
That's
that
what
we
I'm at.
need the Asians to do it.
Okay,
I think we can do it with our country
Ian
people.
says, we don't know how to manufacture the high-end chips at the new TSMC plant, and there are other national security fields where we need people from other. I obviously, in my opinion, national security, I don't agree with that. I think that should just be American only. However, with technology, that could go either way. I'm sure we have
Are we talking about those nano chips? Yeah, I understand.
semi
No, it's
semi. I'm assuming semiconductor chips.
yeah, yeah, it's those the Taiwan
The Taiwanese.
semiconductor manufacturing company.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, and I also hear this. I hear this criticism a lot too. It's not that we don't have the knowledge for this. We know how to do it. It's just extremely complicated and extremely expensive because I watched a video
Well,
on
okay,
this. In
expensive
order to get
should not be
these,
a thing though. Expense should never be a
well, it
thing
is
in the United
expensive.
States.
Well, it is because we outsource a lot of things. It's not just that we outsource semiconductors. We outsource a lot of things like energy. It's not that we don't have energy, it's that we don't want to convert the oil that we have into, like, we have a ton of oil in Texas, but we outsource it, and we export it and we import it. So
Yeah,
we have a bunch of oil in Texas is like this rubbery oil that we don't have much. We don't have the infrastructure, and we know it's not worth the investment because this energy is going to run out eventually, anyways. So the investment isn't worth it. So we send it out to these countries that have that converter,
refine
that
it.
have that,
Yeah, the
yeah, that
refinery
have that
process.
refinement facility. Yes, and then we
Battle
import
nations.
what they have as well. Well, yeah, 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 it does. So I think we should make a long term investment to get some of these to get this in there. But it's not that we don't we can't do what the Taiwan semiconductors. It's not that even China couldn't do it either. It's just extremely expensive and extremely complicated because I watched a video on this for these semiconductors. You literally have to reflect light off multiple windows in order to get these small, precise
Yeah, it's almost
things
like
to
fiber
get those
to a
impressions
micro.
on there. Yeah,
Yeah. I
we know
okay.
how to do it. It's
If
just
you're saying
expensive.
in terms of yeah, but expensive should never be an excuse for the United States, though.
Well,
That's
it is. I
I
agree
mean,
that it
okay,
shouldn't be.
maybe we should
I
spend
agree.
less on defense
I think we're
and
taking shortcuts, and I think we
well,
need to get back to
if you're
manufacturing.
saying long-term goal that we should be able to do this, yeah, I don't know why we're not. Why are we? Why have we for the past several decades been outsourced all of our crude oil refinement process, all of our mineral refinement process, all of our semiconductor manufacturing to Taiwanese? Fun fact, I wholeheartedly believe that the reason
Mhm,
why we protect heavy air quotes uh, protect you can say that the Taiwanese. It's not because
mhm,
we believe the Taiwanese is a sovereign country or a sovereign territory for by any measure. Uh, Fun fact: go read the White House. Uh, they might have taken this down, but past
mhm,
year on the White House website, they do not recognize Taiwanese sovereign independence. They
mm,
specifically stated that it is a special territory or district of China.
mm.
This is the sovereignty wasn't even a question until much later, and of course it's in relation of Ukraine and the Russian war. But going
I guess
back,
that's a good topic as well.
yeah, but going back, and I think that
How do you think of, just to get the question out there, and then I'll have you address the rest? How do you think about our current position in manufacturing right now? Just let that sit and then continue what your thought process was.
so I think our manufacturing we need to bring it to the United States long term.
Hmm.
But I obviously we can't cut off and remove all 80,000 or all revoke or all work visas. I believe that would actually uh, what's the word disable not disable cripple our infrastructure if we
Hmm.
just deleted revoked every work visa. um,
I didn't say revoke current ones. I just said I'm just saying we should stop giving out new ones. We give out
fair
85
fair
new one,
fair fair
85,000 new ones
fair
every year.
fair
And this process doesn't happen overnight
no no
either. And another argument from the work visas perspective is that these people that work here depend on the work visa, so they're kind of trapped in this servitude.
cycle, yeah,
Have you heard? Yeah, so they can't change their jobs because they depend on that work visa,
yeah.
so they have to stay at that job or they go home and apply for another one.
I think long term wise, I the United States needs to look at its interest, what these work visas represent, and what the intentions of the individual. If work visa is an avenue for immigration and citizenship to be a U.S. American, I'm all for it. However, if the individual is here to make a
uh,
quick buck,
they're
I'm
not
talking
here to
about
make a quick buck
if they're
either,
here to
but
make a quick
I'm
buck and taking the skill and the experience they learn working at Intel, working at Nvidia, working at Meta
mhm.
for 10 years, going back, I mean, guess what? Guess what happens after they're done? After we either block them or they're done with their contract or they get laid off, all that knowledge, it goes back to their home country, right? All that
Yeah, yeah,
experience, they take it back to their home country. What we just lost. That's an investment we just lost, essentially.
yeah. Mhm.
I view that as an investment that we put on the
Oh yeah.
individual.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah, I
train the
agree.
individual with our education, with our companies, especially in a STEM field. I mean, if they're in any other fields, I mean, I
I
probably
just reject the fact that we should be outsourcing our most valuable jobs to foreign countries. I don't like that. I think those the most prestigious jobs should be given to US citizens, and that money should that it should be a valuable salary towards US citizens,
so,
not towards foreign countries.
so if I
And I
was
don't
to
like that we should be importing more. I mean, sorry, not importing, but more, but allowing more people to get U.S. citizenships through this program either. I don't think we need any more immigrants.
if I was to, for example, if I removed the narrative on on cheap labor, right? I believe
Mhm.
that's one of your talking points. Why do you
Yes,
think why do you
it's
think
not
so if we remove that argument, what
sure.
other reasons do you think
Hypothetical.
why we don't have those critical positions with Americans?
Occupied by Americans.
Yeah, why do you think we outsource
If
them?
I exclude the,
If you exclude the cheap labor fact,
I would say because if well, that is the main thing. It's not like we
because I don't
could.
think STEM fields are a cheap labor or those
Well, they're
critical
not cheap
positions.
labor for Americans, but when you outsource them to other countries, they can pay them less and keep them longer.
You're pretty
That's like
much you're
the
tying
crux
them
of my
to it.
argument. And to take that away, I mean that's like what? Then I would say no. I mean like yeah, let's give them the jobs if they're
Well,
like so.
okay, but if we take for the sake of this argument, if we say 100,000, for
Uh-huh.
ease of math, if we offered the individual 100,000 regardless of out of state or out of country or within the United States, I I mean, yeah, you could. I don't know if you can make the argument on the company saying, "Hey, we pay." Of course, you're absolutely right. Some companies do pay pennies on the dollar to foreign workers. But I don't think that applies to all critical fields, and I think it's more so, and not more so, but even less so relevant to fields like STEM fields. If I just need a data
Mhm.
entry, yeah, I'm gonna outsource virtual assistants to another country,
Yeah.
pay them, pennies on the dollar. But that's also not a critical role. But if I need someone who works in semiconductors manufacturing, I
Yeah,
need
and we
someone to
don't
work in
we do that now, and they
warships.
were for data entry and stuff like that. They work remotely. They don't
They
work
work remotely. They
inside
don't work right,
inside
right,
the
right.
country. They don't need an H-1B visa, so that's kind of separate from that. But H-1B visas come to America and
Hmm.
work in our country, and they're paid. I mean, they're paid lower salaries than that. I'm not saying it's like a. I'm not sure the numbers on it. It's definitely a lower salary though. Like that's like not an argument. That's like
Yeah,
that's a
I know, no, I believe it. I believe it. It's just that if it's lower salary,
I don't.
would
Another reason
American
is
would American be willing to accept that lower salary?
no, and they shouldn't. These companies should pay them out. I
Pay
mean, we
them.
have a billionaire problem, don't we? Like to move the to not to move the goalposts, but to relate it to another topic we have contentions with. Who keeps getting richer because of this? I mean, the wealth gap is getting greater partially because of this as well.
The 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 wealth gap is getting greater I believe in terms of like technological advancement. I I
Mhm.
I do believe that United States is the best for middle class earners. I don't think any country even comes close to for middle. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think
I
that
think that's totally. I think China is definitely doing. I think the majority of China's populations is middle class earners. They have a way better middle class, don't they? I mean,
they have a way better middle class in terms of the country's economy because it flattens it the country's like classes it's flattens itself out where we have a stable middle class, but the stable middle class doesn't go lower, it doesn't go higher. While we have
no,
one,
it has been going
has
lower
it?
over the years. Yeah, the middle class has been shrinking, and
Inflation. I blame inflation.
the middle class has been shrinking. The poor class has been getting bigger, and the billionaire class has been getting bigger. Sorry,
Okay.
not big, but the
When
high class has been getting
when you say the poor class is getting poor, are you talking about if they were making $50,000 in
I'm
2010,
talking
and
about
they're
whatever the
still
standard for
making.
poverty is, there's more people falling into it.
Does it change? Well, yeah, but the standard for poverty changed 25,000 in the last 10 years, though, also.
Changes 25,000.
For example, if for example, into
Okay, never.
if
Okay, let me reframe it. Whatever the standard for lower class, it's people are meeting it more, and there's more. Let me look. I looked at some data on this the other day.
the wealth
Maybe you
gap,
can read it.
what so Ian said the wealth gap is greater because policies put out by Congress, Democratic and Republicans
Yeah,
are both to
very
blame.
bad policy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
agree with that. That's another thing.
Well, remember who's making the policies. Um,
Both of them are. They're
well,
both making terrible
they're
policies that
making
have
they're both making
backdoor.
policies, but look how rich they are. I mean, you have one example. What's her face? The last House Speaker. Uh, Not the last one, the second before last.
Nancy
Um,
Pelosi
Nancy Pelosi.
or
Yeah,
yeah,
didn't she went into the office with
I don't
worthing like
remember.
what, 2 million? She left office worth 400
No,
million?
she entered office with 750,000 and left it with
750?
like 230 million.
Okay, whatever it is,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. And I don't and not in I mean obviously not all politicians are do
A
are
lot of them are
but a lot of
a
them
lot of
are
them are
because
abusing
guess
it.
what?
And that's Democrat and
That's both
Republican,
sides. That's both
both of
sides.
them.
Yeah.
There's some bad policies and I mean we need
Well,
to
it's the
I
rich
was talking about this.
keeping the rich richer.
Well, the rich are lobbying, and
Each
then
other.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
lobbying. Well, yeah, well, they're lobbying Congress. So they lobby Congress. Congress makes rules. You know, they say they're going to help us, but then they make backdoor policies for the rich to kind of have tax scapegoats.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that's just I don't like where we're at there.
Yeah.
It's
I
very
mean, it's like if
bad.
you donate 1%, you essentially get a million or get a certain tax break. But except the tax break doesn't really apply when you're making, you know, gazillions. And this is, I think we hit on this briefly during our last episode was, should Elon Musk get a $1 trillion paycheck,
Mm,
which was approved, I believe, by the board of Tesla, if I
yeah,
remember.
yeah, I was approved.
I mean, holy crap, $1 trillion paycheck,
It's a lot of money.
bro. I mean, well, that's instantly the richest person.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's over 10 years, but I mean,
well,
it's excessive.
he's gotten
And
paycheck every year though.
it's because he holds all the power. You know why I think it's very greedy. I mean, there's nothing the board can really do because they're dependent on him. If they lose him, I mean, they can't really.
What do you
He's
think?
the forefront. I
What
don't think Tesla succeeds without him. I don't think it, no.
you don't think so?
They either have to get rid of him or pay him $1 trillion. I mean, what do you do? I mean, these companies are based on literally only prioritize profits. They don't care about. I mean, they pay their workers, but they could instead of paying your billionaire CEO, founder, whatever, $1 trillion. Why don't you give invest more in your company and give your workers a little bit more? And why
How
don't you
much
follow
is
that
Tesla
standard?
worth? I need to look it up.
Not sure. I think
I
they're
mean,
like a
so essentially the paycheck that Tesla approved to Elon could potentially be worth more than the entire company of Tesla.
no.
No?
No,
Because
it's their
I
country's
can't
over a
see.
trillion dollar. They can't pay them more than they have.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. You look at credit card companies.
Tesla's at 1.35 trillion, but he says it's going to 10x. So it's also a contingency package. He doesn't get that $1 trillion unless I think the package was like he 10x's the companies. So he has to
Really?
meet certain. Yeah, it's a contingent pay package. So he
I
has
didn't
to.
know I didn't know there was loopholes. Yeah. So Ian says the stat that the rich pay 7% of the taxes is two-tiered. The working class pay the working class rich pay all the taxes. The people who are asset rich don't pay their fair share of taxes. That's who use the loopholes.
Yeah, well, it's the
It's
millionaires and the billionaires pay nothing. I mean, they don't even take out. They don't.
I
They
I don't
have
think
all
it's
their money in
paying
stock
nothing. That's what I
packages,
mean. That's what I mean. They don't get paid
and then they
directly.
take
They get paid by
loans
stocks.
off their.
Yeah,
And then
their
no, because they
value.
don't pay money on it.
They don't.
They keep their. If you don't
It's
liquidate
in
your
if it's in
asset, you don't have to
properties, if
pay
it's
the.
in stocks, it's in bonds.
Mhm,
Yeah, because they're not of value. They fluctuates.
mhm.
So you could have
Yeah,
$0 or 100 billion. You know,
yeah,
but when it but for Uncle Sam's sake, that money doesn't get taxed for
yeah.
them.
And then guess what they do? They still have money because they take loans off their
They take
money,
loans off of
and
it.
the interest they would have paid on the loan
Yeah,
is a lot less than they would have paid from capital gains.
yeah, exactly.
It's a
Well,
simple and easy
well, I
structure that
mean,
should
I know.
be
I mean, Trump himself said
illegal.
that he takes advantage of the system that was
Oh yeah.
created. He's
Yeah.
like, hey,
Why would you?
the reason why I'm rich is because I'm taking the same advantage that everybody else is taking. Why not?
Yeah. That all. Yeah. Yeah. I know that quote. He said, "Yeah, I'm taking that same advantage, Hillary, and so are all your donors."
So are all
Yeah.
your donors. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's it. Yeah. I mean,
I
if
mean,
it's available, why not take it? I mean, maybe you have a moral issue with it, but
no,
I
I
think
don't have a moral
it's
issue
available.
because that's a regulation that was put out for them. What?
No, I think we need to regulate it. I mean, I don't have a moral issue with it because it's a part of this. Well, I do because I mean, there are laws that are still morally reprehensible that aren't. There aren't laws. Sorry,
Yeah,
there are laws that we don't have that I disagree that we should have, and there are laws that we have that I disagree with that we don't have. So I disagree with the law of same sex marriage. So it's like there are a lot of other laws that are inconsistent that I don't like. So it's not laws aren't the definer of morality.
fair, fair. But you're essentially comparing laws of the land versus like biblical law.
Civil.
Oh
No,
yeah,
well, no. Well, I mean, I don't have to make a biblical argument to state that same-sex marriage is bad. I don't have to make a biblical argument.
how so? I mean,
I
if
mean,
it's proven,
we
if the
should
United
be
States
well,
approved it, I mean, you can't really argue with that. I mean, that's what I
I
mean
mean,
by
well,
laws of the
I
land.
get so marriage is a biblical. I mean, we don't have to go down this line, but marriage is a biblical structure. I mean, actually, marriage was developed before the church, like even before Christ came. So
Hmm.
and was only meant for a man and woman. It's not a real marriage if two men get married, nor should we pay for them to get married and give them advantages too, because the whole reason for getting married is so that you have children. And these people don't have children. I mean, by definition, they can't. So why should they get tax advantages? So I do think that is a moral problem right there.
Fair,
I also
fair.
don't think two men should be adopting kids either. So that's another part, but we don't have to get into it.
Interesting take. We might revisit this in future
Yeah.
podcasts,
I
but
mean, it is a topic that's coming up in Congress right now. I think we talked about it the other day. That it got reproposed that they're trying to
so Ian says,
repeal.
going back to the richer get rich, the rich get richer. If the loophole are closed, it is estimate that we would take in 1.4 trillion extra tax revenue. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't doubt it. I think that the amount of money is significant. I would even put that figure higher. Um, I mean, if you just look at the amount of billionaires and trillionaires and how much money they have, gotten away with it. But yeah, I mean, all the money. It's not that I don't want them to get rich. It's just it's they're yeah. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that.
What do you think about the minimum wage?
There, that is such a loaded question. I don't even know where to
No, no,
begin.
well,
Um,
how's it loaded? I'm just asking you. I mean, I can answer it first if you
well,
want,
because you
but
have to go for it. Go for it. I mean, there's just too much inflation. Different country.
uh,
Because you can't compare Boise, Idaho to LA
hmm
or to New
hmm
York or to Nashville, Tennessee.
yeah,
I don't expect the um, the minimum wage the same across the board. That's just not fair.
and it
And
isn't.
and same thing for career fields. I can't expect the federal minimum wage to be the same as for example, if someone was in STEM fields and the minimum wage is $30, I'm not gonna say that I'm not saying that waiter or waitresses are any lesser. I'm just saying that I don't think that they should be getting $30 an hour for a service related um,
Yeah, but the last time it was raised was in 2009. Seems a bit.
federally.
It seems like a yeah federally. Yeah,
Is it what 725?
yeah, from 655 in 2007.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I know the minimum wage very well because
So
for
here's my two problems with it.
uh
I mean, first of all, what businesses does it hurt? Is it going to hurt big business or is it going to hurt small business more? I think it hurts small business more because these,
it
I
hurts the
mean,
mom
these
and pop
bigger
shops. It hurts the
businesses,
mom and pop shops.
yeah.
It doesn't hurt the bigger companies. However, I view the rate, okay, I view it similarly to like tariffs.
Mm-hmm,
If you really understand tariffs, it's that
mm-hmm,
the the importer and exporters, so the people who essentially the ones that are the manufacturers, the origins, they are essentially essentially the ones who are paying the tariffs, right? For
mm-hmm,
example, if I'm the manufacturer and I produce in production and I produce soybeans for country of China, well, the
mm-hmm,
Chinese government and the Chinese buyers, they don't pay the tariffs. I pay the
mm-hmm.
tariffs for them, right? However,
Yeah,
on the
they'll
flip
raise the
side,
yeah
I
cost.
raise the cost or decrease the cost depending on
Mm-hmm.
how much I paid because I pay the government. I pay the United States government for the import and export control, but
Well,
therefore I need to
they
pay the
may or may
differences.
not pay the cost because I mean, if they export a vehicle that's too expensive, the American people won't buy it. So there's that argument as well. You may pay it or you may not because it may not be as appealing because you've raised the cost too much
Well,
and it can't compete in the market.
you can't compete. Yeah, but so that's going to be a lose-lose situation because at the end of the day, that tariff has already been paid. The import and
Mm-hmm.
export has already been done. If,
Mm-hmm.
for example, if a vehicle came into the United States, now we're just stuck with that car on the lot, not going anywhere. And who hurts there ultimately? I mean, Uncle Sam got an extra bonus check, but the individual who manufactured or who the buyer is essentially lost the business because now the car is just sitting, the cars are just sitting on the lot, not going anywhere because if he didn't meet the margin, he would lose money. But if he
Mm-hmm.
didn't,
Well, he has the opportunity to know the
he
full cost
has
of
the
it
he does
after it's before
because
then.
he
So
comes up with the price, right, right. Essentially, he controls the price. But I mean, 9 times out of 10, the people who are paying the tariff will want to break even. I would hope so, or they're at a loss.
oh, at bare minimum, yeah, but
Bare minimum, break even.
yeah, the tariffs are an interesting topic.
But I think
Good,
when it
not
comes
good.
to
There's
minimum wage, I
a
think
lot of
it's
layers.
yeah, but I think there's also related to, or not related, but I think it's the same feeling for the minimum wage. I
Mm.
it's there's too many
There's lots of
variables.
layers to it.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
yeah. That's why I said
yeah.
it's a loaded question because there's not one good answer. Um, Same thing is you can I mean obviously not the same argument, but
My thoughts are we should try to
why don't we
target.
just print money?
Well, because inflation.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Same thing with
My
minimum
thought
wage.
is on the my thought is that with the current atmosphere, I think we need to target big business. I think people they've been getting
Oh, I
too
think we
many
need
off.
to yeah, I think we need to
Yeah. And I
hit the
think we
hit
need to remove the fuck out of lobbying inside of Congress. I think it just needs to be removed.
yeah. Oh, there was one I wanted to show you one video. I don't know if I actually
And
showed it.
then we'll talk about
Yeah.
cash hotel after.
I'll show you. It might have to be next time because let me see if I can find it. It's the video that I showed you. I think I shared it with you.
Uh-huh.
Let me see if I can find that.
What's the video on?
Uh, Chinese versus the U.S. policymaking.
We
But
haven't
my
even talked about the 50-year mortgage either.
no, I know, but let me see if I can play this.
Have I asked you? Have we talked about it on this podcast before? The 50-year mortgage?
Not yet, not yet. We have not.
Okay.
Um, let's see. There was a
You
video that
saw
I
the
had.
50-year mortgage post from Trump on True Social, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, we also had a 30-year, wasn't it 30 or 35-year under Biden? Um,
35 here?
yeah,
What
it
do you
was
mean?
up there. It was because traditionally you have, oh no, it is 30-year, isn't it?
Yeah, no,
Normal
and
is 30.
that was under FDR. FDR,
Change political.
no,
Okay,
not Biden.
was it? Okay, I found the link here. See if I
FDR
can.
made the 30-year, and then because we just had a 15-year before,
Gotcha. Let me see if I can. This one.
which I think we need to go back to because
All
interest
right,
is fucking the usury
at the
within these
highest.
companies. You got too many usury companies.
All right, let me know if you can hear this.
Yeah, I can see it.
Parties, but you can't change the policies. In China, you cannot change the party, but you can change policies.
So in that time, China ceased to be communist. Is that what you're saying?
Well, China is a market economy, and it's a vibrant market economy, but it is not a capitalist country. Here's why. There's no way a group of billionaires could control the Politburo as billionaires control American policymaking. So in China, you have a vibrant market economy, but capital does not rise above political authority. Capital does not have enshrined rights. In America, capital, the interest of capital and capital itself has risen above the American nation. The political authority cannot check the power of capital. And that's why America is a capitalist country, but China is not. So in the 65 or 66 years, China's
It's,
been run
I
by
would say
one
it's
single party.
heavily influenced.
The political changes that have taken place in China in this past 66 years have been wider and broader and greater than probably any other major country in modern memory. In America, you can change political parties, but you can't change.
So I think it's heavily influenced for one.
Oh yeah, it's
But
disgusting. So I think it's only influenced by money. I don't even think these politicians know they don't even have unique policies. I don't think any of them have unique policies. If anybody's taking money from foreign lobbyists, or not even foreign, but just lobbyists that are anywhere in our country or in the world, they're not writing their own policy. They're writing backdoor
well,
policies.
I mean, you look at all the, I mean, if Trump is not at a foreign dinner, right? He's
Mhm.
home at a domestic dinner. Who is he surrounded with?
With the
Zuckerberg,
billionaires.
Elon,
Yeah.
all the rich daddies,
Yeah.
all of them. And guess, I mean, obviously there's influence because
Yeah.
you're the result of the surroundings, and
Why do you think he wants the H1B visas? I think because yeah, I think it's because of the.
I
I
don't know
mean,
if that's related.
Yes, it is. Most definitely, it's the most related policy of all. Guess where these jobs are going to? These jobs are going to higher education workers. There's no small business that has a high. What do you need a freaking bachelor's degree to work at freaking Subway? Or I guess that's a big business too. But to any of these, you don't need a bachelor's degree to work at a mom and pop shop.
No,
But you do
I
need a
mean,
bachelor's degree to be a software engineer at Facebook or Amazon
I
or Apple.
I think these days I value college degree very, very minimal. And I think United States and society is also slowly
It's losing its worth.
moving away.
I agree.
The argument essentially is, do you want someone who go to college for 4 years and understands discipline, or do you want someone
Mhm.
who has the 4 years on the job training experience? Of course, depending on the need and
Mhm.
the where the company is. But I would say 9 times out of 10, the company is going to take someone. Back
With
then,
4 years of experience.
back then you
Yeah.
can you can argue that
Oh
companies
yeah,
would
you
take
want
the
the college
college
degree
degree person.
because
But
it
I
was
think
valuable and it
it
was
was
rare. Now
valuable.
everybody in their 50% of the
Yeah,
U.S.
hmm
goes to college and gets a college degree.
yeah.
That's
Well,
recent.
yeah. Well, not even that, but you also look at the people who have college degree, and what are they studying? Um,
Bullshit.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's like
gender
you got
studies,
your arts,
climate change.
genders.
Uh,
I mean,
oh,
poli sci, useless degree for most
yeah,
things.
yeah. I mean, gender studies and climate change is really going to help the
Yeah.
world to become a better. Uh, sorry, what's her name? Sorry, Greta Thunberg. You lost me in
What
this
a
one.
genius.
What,
Wait, you should read his chats real quick.
for Ian?
It's-
All right.
yeah.
So Ian says, true free market capitalism, we should abolish them. I don't know if we can do that.
No, dude, no. I want to get away from free market capital. This is gonna be a hot take, but I want to get. I think free market capitalism has failed us.
You think so?
I
You
want
think capitalism?
capitalism.
So
No, I want capitalism,
how
but I want.
would you do capitalism the right way? How would you
We
do?
need more. We need more regulation. Like not on it. Like we have regulation for stupid stuff like nuclear building. We need regulation to make sure we pay these people a livable wage. We need to get back to a one income household, and
Uh-huh.
we need to get back to families making babies.
Well,
It's that simple.
as much as I want to agree with you, that's not what the government wants. The government wants to take both parents, which is why the maybe not
I don't.
inflation, but this is why
No, I think
the
the
U.S.
government's
economy
fine with.
changed.
No, I think the government's fine with it. I think big business doesn't want it though.
They well, yeah, but I mean,
I
remember
mean, they work
we just
together, but
discussed they
yeah,
work
but.
together. They're holding hands.
Mhm.
I mean,
Well, I think big business has more influence than government right now,
sure,
dude.
but I mean, they essentially want both parents to be. They want it's in my humble
Yeah,
opinion, it's
they want the
indoctrination.
workforce to lower the wages.
It's indoctrination
Yeah.
from all sides. I think that they want both mom and dad to go to work, and they want the kids to be indoctrinated by the government's policies, by their Department of Education
Yeah.
teaching garbage at a young age. Obviously, whatever you think of, I'm not I'm I'm not saying that everybody should leave school, but in a way, I am saying that public school has gone down the drain. Um,
Yeah, let's read his other.
he's paying cash for house
Did you know you paid double the amount you paid double the amount of value a house is worth
for its
in
entire
interest
mortgage.
over the lifetime of your mortgage?
I do know that.
And with this new 50-year plan, it's going to go from double to triple.
Is it?
Yeah,
Well, hey,
damn near triple.
it at least allows people to become to say that they're a home ownership.
Oh, okay. Now we need to get into this, but let's read the rest of his chats.
Okay, so China has exceeded debt to GDP by such a large margin in the past 10 years. They're going to collapse. Yeah, I don't know if I would agree with that. There are 1.4 million
I have
trade
no
jobs
reason to
open
agree
right
with
now
that.
with manufacturing coming back. We're going to need exponentially
Yeah.
more to rebuild our new infrastructure. So I think that,
Wait, is he Chinese?
no, I think he's talking about us.
Oh, he's
Trade
talking
jobs
about
open
the
right now.
U.S.
The
Okay.
US,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Trades are in high value right now.
I
Nobody
think
wants to fucking be a blue collar worker. Everybody
I
wants to be
think
white
and
collar inside
this
air
is
conditioning.
going back to our one of our original points. I don't think that we have the infrastructure to bring back manufacturing or
We don't.
to even manufacture
Blue collar.
semiconductors, AI chips. We don't even have the electrical capacity, the energy capacity to do that. I
Well, if
believe the
Taiwan has the energy
figure
capacity, we have the energy capacity to do it.
Well, yeah, sure. Well, energy capacity for semiconductors. I'm talking about AI improvements.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah. To
think
keep
for
improving
AI
numbers, right?
improvements, I think we need to double, more than double our
We
energy.
need nuclear.
We need nuclear. I don't
We need
know,
to.
where
We need
is
to be
it?
more left. Well, the restrictions, dude.
What restrictions?
These.
We do these restrictions ourselves.
I know. We did. The government has imposed
We have our
restrictions on
own.
nuclear because they're so scared of it. I mean,
They're not
we
scared of
have
it.
nuclear power
It's
plants,
just a
but we just
lobbying.
don't have a bunch of. You think? I haven't thought of. I don't know why there'd be a lobbying for nuclear. I guess
Oh, it's a huge
big.
business. It's
I guess big solar business wouldn't wanna.
well, it's not,
I don't know.
or that and the whole green energy, whatever. I mean, same thing is like, why don't you have hydrogen powered cars or obviously
We're
that's
gonna
gonna
move.
put,
You know, this is all gonna happen in our lifetime. We're gonna move away from fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are going extinct in the next less than
yeah,
100
but
years,
Trump wants to
50
push
years.
that narrative and we should keep drilling and keep pushing forward. But
I mean, we only have so much more. Fossil fuels take millions of years to form. We're almost out
right,
of them.
right.
We've been using the fuck out of them in the last
Well,
half century
yeah. I mean, why do you think we go to other? Why do you think we invade other Middle Eastern countries? Anyways,
to get their
uh,
fucking money and their oil. Anyways,
hey, I'm not saying that's what we're doing, but that is what I'm
okay,
saying.
let's. We've been talking about
Mortgage.
economics for a little bit, and we've been talking. Yeah, we should talk about what do you think about Cash Patel? Let's hear your thoughts on Cash Patel. His girlfriend recently opened up a lawsuit onto an independent journalist company recently, or
Oh,
actually the I don't even think his girlfriend was suing their company. He was suing him personally. So
hmm.
I can give you that link if you want.
Yeah. Send that over to me.
Yeah,
Checking
it's on
something really
X
quick.
right now. Cash Patel is suing a guy named Elijah Schaefer for not even implying his girlfriend was a honeypot. But I mean, I guess there's some innuendos to it, but he didn't say it directly.
I
But yeah, he's suing an independent journalist for implying not really, but that's the narrative he's using, that his girlfriend is a honeypot.
You think she's essentially in a relationship to take advantage of his skill set or money or whatever
Well, they also
intelligence
think she's
gathering
a.
or
They
Mossad?
also think, yeah.
I think
So
you told me that.
I'm not sure on all of that stuff. But
I
I think
think
the lawsuit is blowing smoke.
yeah, I think with
It's a welfare.
this is an interesting topic.
And what do you think about what do you just in general? What do you think about him? How do you think his reactions to some of the recent things? So he made a public announcement on Charlie Kirk. He
Yeah,
stands in for a lot of these public appearances and says some statements to the public quite
the
often. What do you
lawsuit is
think about him?
stupid. Oh man,
He had an internet
this
personality before
we
this,
might need to
right?
break
Too.
this down in the next episode. This is a long one. Um,
Well, just give me the quick one. Yeah.
a quick one is complicated, but I think that everybody. So my foundation is regardless of your party, your views, your political viewpoints, whatever morals, ethics. I think that whatever happened to Charlie Kirk is a tragedy, and I think that anyone who supports the idea and who is happy with the idea of another individual being killed.
Well, I
Um,
wasn't asking what you thought about
no,
on
no,
that.
no,
I
I
just
know,
want to know
but I well,
okay. Sorry. Go
it's
ahead.
related. And I think that so anyone who supports, the death of another should be persecuted or prosecuted. Sorry. However,
You think they should be prosecuted
I think they should be prosecuted
legally?
because legally, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You're gonna say, well, we have freedom of speech. Yeah, well, unless it's the wish of another person's death, then your rights goes out of the
Don't we have
window,
that
in
right?
my
Don't we
opinion.
have that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it should go out the window. I'm
See,
actually
I disagree with that.
I, I'm I'm with
I,
Trump
f-
with
I support the
this
right
one.
to do it. I just think it should be shamed culturally, like intensively culturally. I think this kind
I
of stuff
don't
should just
wish
be.
I don't think any I think humanly anyone should wish death on another.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's disgusting. I agree
but
with that.
with that being said, and we can go into the conspiracies and all of that, you know,
Yeah, maybe another thing.
but this is a whole episode on itself. But I think with Pam Bondi and Dan Bongino and Cash
Yeah,
Patel,
what do you think about all these? Yeah,
gotta go.
you don't like any of them.
I don't like any of them.
I
Not
agree.
it's not the fact that I don't like any of them for their policies. It's
Uh-huh.
what they represent and what
What do they
they
represent?
Epstein.
Cash Patel's.
One word. All I can tell you is just Epstein.
Oh yeah, that's a good. Yeah. Well, the thing is, they were all criticizing Epstein, them not releasing it, but when they
Everybody
get
was
into
criticizing
office, they're
until the
like,
ones that they're
no, he
responsible
killed
for it.
himself.
Until they're
Yeah.
responsible for it, and then
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, they're pretty tight mouthed now. Um, so that's one of the reasons why their policies are great for American people, but obviously they're not taking enough action. Um, you
Yeah.
know, um, but
Well,
yeah,
Daddy
I mean,
Trump told them, no,
well,
don't look
yeah,
into
but
this.
I mean, I think Daddy Trump might be
Implicated.
implicated in the situation.
He might, he
So
may not be. I'm not sure, but it is
it, it,
suspicious. I
it
will
doesn't
say.
matter
I'm a
how,
staunch Republican, but it is very
but it doesn't matter
suspicious.
how level of implications, even if he's at the lowest level, association implication.
Uh-huh.
What I'm curious is why he hasn't released them. That's what I want to know.
Well, I know exactly why. I mean, well, I don't know exactly why, but I mean, we can assume that maybe he's implicated a little bit, or his family, or
Right,
somebody he knows
right.
in big business is implicated. So maybe it's him or a connection of his that's implicated in it. And I
Well,
mean, at this point,
you can make an argument for
he's
anything.
80, what, 81
Aiding and
years old,
abetting,
85?
or not
Yeah,
aiding and abetting, but he is now. Um,
yeah.
if
Yeah, but he's 81 years old. I mean, at this point, he might as well die on that hill. I mean, I'm not saying that's what you should do morally, but that's what he'll probably do. I mean, he's 81 years old. What are you gonna? He's so close to going to the next life that I mean, I just take this one to the grave. If I'm him, I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I'm just saying that's what
mm,
I if I'm implicated or actually no. Well, he would have known he was implicated before. It's very confusing,
it's
whatever.
well, it's not just confusing, that it's complicated because
Yeah,
now
it's
you have everybody. I mean, I'm not gonna say that. Um, what's there's a phrase that I'm thinking. It's like if you know something is wrong, but you don't report it. Um,
uh-huh.
um, it's
I
like,
think I know what you're
okay,
saying.
is now Pam Bondi implicated? Is Cash Patel? Well, they are implicated. They're obstruction. Sorry, that's what the word I'm looking for. They're obstruction.
Obstructing.
Obstruction.
Yeah,
They're essentially not doing their job.
yeah.
Simple as that, regardless of who is implicated or not. And I think that that's where I feel about the and I think this I'm not talking about higher up. You got people like P. Hegseth or Marco Rubio. I mean, of course, they have their own. I mean, I never hear anything about them saying, uh, obviously, if they did say something. I think Marco Rubio did say this when I was in July, August timeframe. I think Marco Rubio was like, "Yeah, it's just a lie. I don't know why the Democrats is so set on this. They got their eyes on it." I'm like, "Oh, it's
Mhm.
the
Oh,
whole
also
American
another thing.
citizens got their eyes on it."
Also another thing. I forget his name. He's
What's
a
his role?
former veteran. He was asking for Joe Kent. Joe Kent. You know Joe Kent. I think he's
I've heard the name.
a
I've heard the
rep.
name. I've heard the
Yeah,
Republic.
Joe Kent was requesting the files for Charlie Kirk Myrtle for Charlie Kirk
Uh-huh.
from Cash Patel, and he was denied as well.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. We need to. This is a
And it's
different.
very suspicious activity.
Oh, it's not
Very
not
suspicious.
just suspicious. It's almost like it's almost like it's it's you're letting everybody think you're guilty. It's the most simple way I can put it. It's if by not doing it. Um, there's a phrase, I can't think of it. Sorry, my English is I can't English today, but
My English is not Englishing.
my Englishing today. Yeah, but I think
All
that
right.
that they're
What
yeah
about what about
yeah.
Ian's chats? Maybe sure if your English
All right,
English
well,
is
we got that lawsuit stupid.
better
You
for
guys
chats for me.
interrupting me watching Piers Morgan debate on Epstein. Yeah, I don't know about Piers Morgan. What is he? He is a BBC. He was BBC news anchor.
He's
Uh,
a
what is he?
he has his own show
He has his own show
Piers
now, Piers
Morgan
Morgan
Uncensored.
Uncensored. Yeah, yeah, I know the channel.
And he was on America's Got Talent for a while.
Okay, I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. There's no. way around it. The Epstein file.
It's the
There's
biggest pedophile ring or pedophile sex trafficking ring
ever.
ever found.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, you
in
just look
American
at the.
history, but
It's not even the history. You just look at the names that are implicated.
yeah,
I mean,
indeed.
Prince Harry, Clinton's.
Prince Andrew. I
Is
keep
it
saying
Andrew?
Harry. I don't think Harry. I said that in my last show, and I was like, that is slander. Yeah, I'm like, no, it's Prince Andrew,
One
not
of the
Prince
prince.
Harry.
Doesn't matter. They're all. I could care less for the
Uh,
monarchs over there, but
allegedly.
uh, I'm
We gotta make sure you're recording that.
Put
We're about to get
Charles
sued for defamation.
defamation. Put Charles in there too. King
It's
Charles.
Prince Andrew. I thought it was Prince Harry. I thought it was for some reason, but it's not. It's Prince Andrew, and I did the research afterwards because like, why this doesn't even make sense.
One of the
Like when I was
princes.
saying, I'm
I
like,
don't keep track
why
of the
are
royal family, nor do I
yeah, I
care.
don't either. But Andrew's the older fucking brother. He's
Yeah.
basically dead at this point. He's the same age as Epstein, which makes more sense. I'm like, why Prince Harry's a little bit younger? Why is he not getting more public criticism though? Even though he's a weirdo and he kind of is running away from the royal family, but I mean that's besides the point.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Also,
Markle
he
kind
said
of.
Ian said you should read about the acceptable radiation levels for nuclear energy compared to what we get from the sun naturally. What do you mean? Is it higher or lower?
I
I'm
mean,
guessing
I'm no nuclear physicist,
it's lower probably.
but I mean, we already have nuclear energy, in
Yeah,
certain areas. Is
yeah. San
if we
Diego
just
PG&E's got one.
if we
Or sorry, not
just
Diego.
I mean,
Chico.
we are at a point, and I think I've done some research on nuclear radiation. I think
Yeah, same.
I think we are at a point where there is very minimal leakage, and the radiation is very much controlled.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
it almost zero to none. I mean obviously not none, but very minimal. That doesn't leak to the atmosphere, and
yeah,
harm the environments. And but I think that yeah, I mean the very big reason why we don't push for nuclear energy is the same argument that I made why we don't push for hydrogen vehicles, because you're putting big businesses out of jobs, and
yeah. I think
FBI
that's
is
what
going to show up to
I.
your door.
Yeah, I think that's what's really behind it. But they use the narrative that because Chernobyl it blew up and yada yada. It's like
Yeah, okay, well, Chernobyl is,
nuclear energy scary, big smoky, energy scary. So no.
yeah, I think that's a terrible argument.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, what are you more
you look at
convinced by?
you look
It's
at
easily.
well, I mean, what's wrong? I mean, you look at all of okay, look at track records of what we do have existing, right?
Mm-hmm.
How are those being managed? How,
I have
are
no
those
clue, but
harming?
we haven't had an accident, so we're doing
Well, it's not
well.
even an accident. It's you look at the pros and cons of what they
Uh-huh.
do offer versus, I mean, obviously,
Oh
if
yeah, they're the most efficient source of energy. I mean,
yeah,
wind energy takes up fucking 100 square acres or whatever it
yeah,
is. So
yeah.
dude, you can get a whole power. You get 10 freaking power plants. Or sorry, you can get. I think it's like I don't know. I don't want to say random arbitrary numbers, but I know it's like I'm not. I don't even want to say 10 times because it might be. It's definitely more. It's marginally better than. I'll just say that it's marginally better than solar, nuclear, or solar, wind. Wind is the worst form of energy, in my opinion, because it's inconsistent. But it's consistent, but it's like it gives low output. So I mean,
I mean,
I
it's
don't know.
just you're just
Hydro
finding
energy sounds
natural
good.
methods to
Yeah,
essentially reproduce,
yeah,
reuse, I should say, reuse kinetic
yeah.
or whatever energy there that
We
we do
transfer
have
wind
access to.
energy into turbine energy and mechanical energy, and then we store it, and then yada, and we use it. And yeah, I mean, it's a very. I mean, for nuclear energy, the only downside of nuclear is that it's hard to regulate it. Like by
Yeah,
regulate, I mean like you. I mean, the demand could be really low on one day, and then
right, right.
it's like to turn off a nuclear plant. It takes like a whole day. So
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, they could plan it out for sure. I mean, there would be no problem, but
I mean, I think
yeah, they
they
just don't want to.
Yeah, I think they could.
They already do it. So
I mean, there's definitely underlying reasons why we haven't pushed for nuclear, for nuclear energy. But I
look,
do think that it's
look what
more.
Ian says. Yeah, yeah. The acceptable level for nuclear for power plants is far below what people get naturally. That's ridiculous. I
Yeah,
mean, come on. I have to be worried about a power plant. I have to be more worried about my power plant to get energy than going outside and getting it like radiation from the sun. Are you kidding me? Like, I don't know. So whatever.
yeah. I
They
mean,
put on these hazmat suits for it too. It's like if I'm gonna go in there and whatever, we'll get some deregulation on that industry eventually.
yeah,
All right, let's talk about the 50-year mortgage. I mean, if you're down, what
yeah.
do you think?
Uh, I mean, it it's a good idea. I'm not
Do
against
what?
it. I'm not against it. Um, I'm not
Okay, you got
against
to
it.
read up on it. You haven't. I don't think you've read up on it.
I have not
It's
read it.
oh maybe
On the surface, I don't think it's a bad idea.
on the
Um,
surface. Yeah, I can see how it might be. Here,
the
let me
the
inform you a little bit
reason,
then.
yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
the
Go
reason why
first.
I don't think it's a bad idea, I think it's because it comes down to personal finances.
Mhm.
Similar to why I disagree with unemployment benefits and SNAP benefits. But of course, inflation does come into play, and I
Well,
think,
inflation is the only thing to combat. Inflation is actually good for these houses for the 50-year mortgage.
well, yeah, but it's also not good to pay triple the value. Um,
Well, it's a fixed mortgage rate, so if money goes up, your mortgage goes down. So I mean, relatively.
yeah,
So
but doesn't mean
the
that, yeah,
mortgage
okay, the
stays
money
at
goes up
500K,
doesn't
but
mean
if the
your
value
income is going up.
no, the value of money goes up. So if the value of money goes up, you have a fixed mortgage rate, say 500,000. If the value of your money goes up, say like 500,000, or the value of money goes down. Sorry, as inflation goes up, the value of money goes down. So if you have a fixed rate at 500,000, and then 5 years, 500,000, you have less buying power. Your mortgage is going to be worth less. So that is a good thing, but it's a bad thing because you're paying so much interest.
Yeah.
On these 50-year mortgage, you don't start getting equity in your house or getting a reasonable amount of equity in your house until after the 30 years you would have been paid off. You
What
don't
do you
get
mean
real
equity?
equity so you pay the interest up front. So all
Yeah,
the payments
yeah,
you're going
yeah.
for the first like 30 years, you get like no equity, and equity is the actual value you own.
I Yes and no.
No,
Um,
that's how
no,
equity.
no. So I own a home, and I can take out a HELOC loan. A HELOC loan is essentially however much you have paid towards the house so far. But yes, you are right. So for
No, no,
example,
no. When you pay off your mortgage, you know that money you pay monthly rent
yeah,
or that monthly payment. None of that money
it
goes
is.
to actual
It
equity in your
it is.
house.
It is. It is. It
Hey,
does.
no, no.
It is a.
You want? I'll bet you so. Well,
I'll show you
very small
my
percent. It's
mortgage.
like 1% that goes down to your equity if it's the first like couple years of your
So
mortgage.
to break
Except
down
for your
my
down payment. Your down payment is
mortgage,
equity.
my mortgage breakdown is $3,000
Mm-hmm.
and 500 is towards principal.
500 is towards principal. That's towards equity.
That's towards equity. That's towards the
Well, how many
actual
years have you?
price. It's 30.
How many years have you had? How many years
Three,
have
two,
you?
three, 2, 3 years.
No, that doesn't sound right.
What do you mean?
Well, that might. I mean, that's 1/6. That still doesn't sound. I'll show you. Here, let me bring up a
I mean, of
mortgage
course, I
equity
pay
chart.
more towards equity than
Where are
um
you on a 30-year loan or a
I'm on
15?
I'm on a 30. I'm on a 30.
And did you put 20% down or?
No, up and then.
Oh, you have a VA.
Hmm.
That I studied this, so I know how it works. You basically pay no money in actual principal until, I mean, it's a very small percent that goes down, but
It's a very
that
small
fact.
percentage. No, you're right in this, but
But
you're
I know
also
it's
paying.
like nothing. So I'm looking at one right now on $100,000 loan.
Mhm.
So you pay $599 a month. You five. This is a interest. This is a payment on $100,000 loan.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the chart right now. So you pay $500 in interest and then
mhm.
$100 in principal,
Correct,
and it goes down by $1 each month. So
correct,
after 3 years,
correct.
you wouldn't be. I mean,
You're
that's
well,
one.
yeah, but
That's
that $100 is still going towards principal, the equity of the house.
yeah. What's your oh your loan also matters too. What's your? I mean, you don't
Five
have to
hundred
give
thousand.
away your. Wait, how much?
500,000.
Five. That's how much your loan is, or that's
That's how much my loan
okay.
is.
Yeah, that still sounds. Oh, that might be right because of the big loan. So most of it is going to principal. So, or
2,500
sorry,
is
most
going
of it's
towards interest. 25% is
interest.
going
That's a
towards
lot of money. That's like
a lot of
six
money.
times the amount. Yeah,
Yep, that's why
that sounds right.
That's why I'm paying extra per month towards principal,
To
and
pay out. Oh, you're paying. I see.
I'm paying more. But if I pay nothing, if I just pay the
You pay
the
more interest over time. Yeah,
you
the
pay more
bottom.
much. I mean, I'm hoping to pay off in 15 years versus 30 years, and
Okay, I
I
see
want
what
to
you're doing.
pay
It makes sense. It's making more
1.5x
sense now. It's making more
because
sense now.
I would rather pay 750,000 over the term of 15 years versus paying a million in the time of 30 years.
Yeah, but you're paying extra. You said.
I'm paying extra per month, correct?
Yeah, that's why more of it's going towards principal.
Well, no,
But you
no, no,
basically,
no. It's
it's
still
like
500. If I break it down, it's still 500. I'm paying more than 500 per month towards principal. But what
well,
I
no,
he
that's why. Sorry, that's why your principal has gone up faster. So the faster you pay down the interest, the more money
Yeah,
you get
correct,
towards
correct, correct.
principal. Yeah.
hmm Correct. And
Sorry, the faster you get towards paying, the higher.
the faster you
You know
pay,
what
the
I'm
more
saying.
you're paying towards principal, the faster your interest drops, coincides with it. Think of it like
Yeah,
a
the
pendulum,
interest rate.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the more you pay towards interest, long term wise, that interest gets lower and you're paying more towards principal.
Yeah, because it's a fixed 5% a year. I mean,
hmm
the way they make so much money on interest is because it compounds. The
Yeah.
faster you pay off the
Yeah.
interest, the
Yeah.
less
Yeah.
it compounds.
Yeah. 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 And also there is a thing that's called a HELOC. So what a HELOC, I don't know if you know much about a HELOC loan.
Yeah.
A HELOC loan is essentially let's say I've paid, in 10 years or
Mm-hmm.
5 years of my mortgage and I paid 100,000 off of my
Mm-hmm.
$500,000 home. Well, that $100,000 value of my home, I can go to the bank and use it against it and say, hey,
Yeah, you
my
can get a
house is,
loan.
my house is
Yeah.
essentially worth 500,000. Can I borrow X amount of dollar?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so, that goes with that. So
Home equity line of credit. Yeah. Yeah. I know what
I'm
you
like,
mean. Yeah.
it's
You
not a
can
bad
because
idea.
you actually have. Yeah. No, it is good. So if you want to
A lot of
make a
people,
business, you can make more money off your
a lot of
business than
people
you
do
would,
that.
or invest it in a real asset that does
Another
more than
property,
whatever 5%.
continue the train. Yeah.
Yeah.
Average
That makes
time
sense.
spent in a house is 13 years. I thought it's lower than that. Last time I read it was like 7 years. Because I worked in a solar company, and we could track statistics on how often people move around, how long they stay, what age groups. But that number seems higher. Maybe back then, but
If
I
you were
think
smart, you
in
would take the
today,
savings from 50-year mortgage and invest it, and you would make bank. Yeah, I mean, don't ever get a 50. I don't like the idea of 50-year loan. It just locks you in for this usury forever. I think it's literal
or does
theft.
it not already?
Oh yeah, 30-year loan's a scam too. I mean,
Is it not
I don't think
already?
addressing the high price and the high housing cost is making a longer loan.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
the way you address it is by lowering cost of living, not by spreading it out over time.
Uh, Yeah, I mean, obviously, myself and Gumby are not financial experts, so please don't take any
I'm a financial
advice.
genius, trust.
Please don't take any
I
advice.
understand every concept
Oh my
ever.
God.
Ask me.
Yeah, yeah.
refinance.
He's trained by what's that? JC
JP Morgan.
JP Morgan guy. The guy's
You know,
name.
also Grant Cardone. Yeah,
Grant
all them
Cardone.
are.
Yeah.
Grant
Go
Cardone is
go
a
go
dude.
watch some
I'm
go
giving out
read
financial legal advice right now.
go
Ask me a legal question.
go read Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. You might learn a thing or two. Do you ever see that there's the video, not a video, but there's this like a YouTube video or shorts on this guy uh getting calls from people on like financial advice, um like how his money should go towards stuff like that. I can think of his name, but he's a pretty big Wall Street, maybe once upon a time big Wall Street guy. I forgot his name, but I watch him.
You said, what does he do? He does
He
what?
People call him and ask for like financial advice.
Uh huh.
Um,
PBD? Patrick
no,
Back David?
no.
Uh,
Uh,
okay. What does he do
advice.
again? He just gives financial advice
Yeah,
for housing or for
for
investments,
anything, for
real estate.
anything. Uh, uh,
Oh, maybe be a little bit more specific.
yeah, it's this guy, Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey.
Oh, Dave Ramsey.
Hmm.
He hates credit cards.
He hates credit card. That's the guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's a staunch Christian. He only hates credit cards because of how many. I think he only hates it because of
Everybody
how many
should hate
people
credit
use
cards,
it.
though. Everybody should hate credit cards, but it's now, I mean, credit cards is essentially the Chinese version of social credit score.
Yeah, I
Your
disagree because I agree. Well, here I disagree and agree. I agree for the smartest people of humans that pay off that pay off their debt without it rolling over to a 28% interest or whatever it does,
yeah.
the APR rate. If you do that, it's fine. But if you're literally using this to take loans, I mean, it's a terrible way to take loans. Go to the fucking bank, get a 8% interest loan or whatever. It would be cheaper to do that than pay these 28% APR rates.
Well, yeah, but that's, I mean, that obviously that's up to
That's how
the
these credit
individual,
cards make these.
right? But that's also up to the individual to decide how much
Well,
you
they're a
are willing
moron
to
if they
pay.
decide to do it. I mean, would you
Well, they're
rather
not,
pay 28% interest? No, you are a moron if you don't pay off your credit card
right, right.
the month that it's due. That's not
I
disputable.
mean, some people take that as a method to like trick the system on like a 3 months paying off,
Well, yeah, there are
70%
ways to trick the system. You can get a new credit card like every year and just roll over the debt because
roll over.
some of the new credit cards won't make you pay any interest for the first year, so you just do
Right,
debt rollover.
right, right.
And yeah,
I mean, there's
that's a
obviously,
good way to do it.
yeah, but I
I
think
don't think you should be messing with debt like that, though. I
no,
mean,
no. If you're not,
yeah.
yeah, if you're not a someone who takes,
There are
who does
smart
this for a
ways.
living, yeah, I would
Yeah,
avoid it. I mean, I don't do that. I
yeah,
pay my stuff off, the month that it's due. Um, I mean, I also can't really avoid it because, we're stupid that everybody needs it.
See, he's doing it. He's balance transferring. Yeah,
Balance transferring, yeah, yeah. It's not a
I
bad
got
idea,
new ones
I
to
don't
balance
think.
transfer at 0%. Yeah. Hey, they'll
It's
take your
just,
business, bro.
I mean,
They're waiting for the one moment that
yeah, but
doesn't cost them any money.
it's
They'll
also just
invest
the
it.
rich understanding the game. Just I think like knowing the game is half the battle.
Well, it's straight up usury. I mean, these
Yeah,
fucking guys, they're just
yeah.
certain
Well, I think that might wrap it up.
that
All right, let's see what he's
regular
got. I've
daily
got
podcast.
last bit, Dave Ramsey. Okay, so he answered it. Yeah. So I got 6 credit cards. I got new ones to balance transfer it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know people
Sheesh.
who plays the game, buying credit cards,
I know a guy too.
rewards credit card, transfer the balance, earn rewards points, do it again, rinse and repeat,
Yeah.
and just, always have the credit cards go, bounce between them in, this
Yeah, and then you
unending
never get
cycle.
off of it. Yeah.
You don't have to because you're essentially just moving one from account to another. You're just taking advantage. And I'm sure that's how the rich gets richer anyway. So, anyways, well, hey, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, follow, all that YouTube stuff.
Make
Because
sure you like
we
the
got
video, Ian.
we got families to feed. So.